I am here. Hi everyone, this is Rachel here, the Modern Shaman. Thanks for being with me for another YouTube video this week. We are rocking and rolling into 2023, you guys. It's already February, the month of love. Happy Love Month, my loves. This is a fun month. This is a busy month, a short month. We always feel like we start to kind of get trucking right around here energetically. I will say, if you're new to this channel, I always encourage people to go check out my website. It's themodernshaman.net, and it's really just the hub of all resources to get you connected to me. That may be to get connected for a personal session, one-on-one, here in my office in San Antonio, Texas, or I can do it anywhere in the world by basically getting on a Zoom conference or on the phone. There's lots of ways to have those sessions. I also offer a lot of classes and learning materials. So if you really want to do a deep dive into your spiritual practices, into developing your intuitive gifts, your ancient awareness of energy, and the balance within you and manipulation of it around you to have a full sense of coherence with the world that is seen and unseen, all of that is available on my website as well. Masterclasses, teaching modules, as well as developing you in your own spiritual entrepreneur type of program. And what you want to do if you want to take this forward and make it an offering to others. So, all that being said, the website's a great hub of information for you if you want to go further with me. Again, that's themodernshaman.net. All right, here is the question for today. It says, "Hi Rachel, I am so grateful for all of your guidance. I watch every week and it seems to be perfect for what I need." I love that. I have people say that to me all the time. How spirit just completely orchestrates. To me, I'm like, you are in the divine flow if that is happening in synchronicity in your life. You're exactly where you need to be, and spirit is just giving you proof. Like poof, there it is. Very magical life. I love living in that state of just divine orchestration where you're just like, it's working out. It is working out. So I'm happy for you. Bravo for you. Yay for you that every video seems to be perfect in alignment with what you need. You're in the flow, my darling. Okay, back to the question. Sorry, I lost it. My question is about marketing. I do healings on the side, but I have a hard time marketing myself without feeling like it's egotistical or not spiritual enough. How do you stay relevant to the market and sincere in your calling without feeling like a sellout? I think I did a video a while back. It wasn't quite on this, but someone asking about charging for their spiritual services and how they had trouble with that. You might want to check that out also, because it's a similar vein of energy. When we step into our spiritual purpose, and when we put that out as a business, a storefront, a way that people can purchase a designated offering or time with us. And I struggled with that too when I first began. So yeah, let's get into your question. I also talk about this, I will say, in my spiritual entrepreneur courses. We have a whole section on that week by week program to help you develop your website, develop your marketing potential, develop even just like your logo, your title, your name, the way that you're going to tagline or express yourself, and kind of coming up with a short pitch that feels like you can describe what you do succinctly. This is difficult for people that feel like they're offering of themselves and it really is coming from source or beyond you or something huge and monumental, and then you're trying to siphon it down into these 2 sentences where you're like, this is me. it doesn't really work. So number one piece of advice that I will give you is to make peace with marketing on its own. Make peace with it. Not all people, but I will say there are a lot of us in the spiritual community that have a judgment underlying about being sold things, or this idea that people are fake, or there's a kind of an ulterior motive under things. And that can creep in when we want to have a pure offering for our own gifts. We realize, wait a minute, I kind of have some shadow areas lurking here that I need to deal with first. And that is that I need to make peace with the working world, the man, the structures that sell me things. And as simple as that sounds, that is a very fundamental starting point that you need to deal with if you haven't already. Now, I'm not sure if you're in that boat, but there are a lot that I mentor when they're coming into their own healing practices as a shaman, as a sound healer, as a dream weaver, as a Reiki practitioner, you name it. Anything that you may be doing in this psychic or non-physical intuitive realm. No matter what the modality, oftentimes this perspective of kind of having a shadow of feeling like marketing is fake, marketing is bad, I don't like people pitching what they do, you've got to make peace with that. And the way that I like to suggest that people make peace with this is to, first of all, be honest with yourself about how do I truly feel about advertising, about marketing, okay? And then write it out, get that out. If it's dark and it's heavy and you're angry, do a fire ceremony with it and get very ritualistic, which has an energy of importance, of integrity, of like, this means something and I want to clear it from my life, right? The fire ceremony, super simple, and I put those words around it and it sounds set up. And that's what ritual is. It sets things apart in a liminal space that feels sacred to us, that we're doing something important. So our energy has more amplitude to it, more strength. We are more involved and we put more of our essence into what we're doing when it has a sacredness to it. You write down your feelings, you get it all out, that frustration or whatever experiences that may have been negative for you with marketing or advertising, and then you burn it and you watch the ash go, or sometimes we stand on the ashes if it's outside, and you simply ask and set that intention that those old belief patterns that are no longer helping you, now they're actually in the way of you making a business for yourself or making your offering available to more people on this planet, that you want them to be gone. They're no longer relevant for you, and actually they're holding you back. Make peace with that first. Okay, once you've kind of made peace with that, you can move into the secondary space, which is just gratefulness for the products in your life, the things in your life that you really feel like, I appreciate these things. I genuinely love having these things in my life. They make my life easier, whether it's people, whether it's going to your psychiatrist, whether it's certain practices that you have, whether it's your favorite coffee that you love or your favorite matcha tea, whatever it is for you. That's like your brand of, this is me, I love this stuff, and I'm so grateful for these products. At some point, somebody sold you on that product. Somebody told you about it. You saw the marketing somewhere. You went on the website. You watched the Shark Tank episode, whatever. However you found out about it, that's marketing. That's advertising. And move into a space, as my second piece of advice, that is grateful, that is genuinely excited for the fact that someone told you about that the marketing was there for a product that you use like nobody's business, that is absolute utility in your life, that you are glad it's there, you're grateful for it, even if it's just the beauty of it. Like, I love seeing that every day. It makes me genuinely happy. when I see it. So I'm grateful for the person who put that out there and marketed it to me. That's the space in the heart that feels like it's open towards marketing and advertising. And you've cleared all your old programming that may have had some shadow work that needed to be dealt with around it, negative perspectives that were kind of seeping into your own trying to market yourself, right? Then you move into that second piece, which is the gratitude, and you open your heart chakra and your chest around this idea of abundance that is absolutely grateful and welcoming towards products and people and services that you are genuinely grateful for. Okay, once you've done that, I would move into a meditative practice. This is my third piece of advice to you if I'm setting them up here numerically. And that would be simply to remember, especially if it is a service of the self, like what I do as a shaman, as a seer, that may give spiritual guidance and perspective from remote viewing, past life viewing, ancestral trauma healing, things that I do that come from a service of me being me. Now, if this is you, it's important that you do this third step, which is a meditation or a realization even that it is not personal. I'm going to say this, and it's a complete dichotomy, I realize this, and a paradox, but it's completely you're offering, what you're spiritually offering, but at the same time, it is not personal because you in this human body are not personal. You are not your name. You are not your body and this form. You are not the voice that's talking. You are not, I am not Shaman. I am not Rachel. I am not these things. They are holders. They are a skin. They are an identity. They are an avatar or a shell or a clothing to express my essence. Sit with that. It's not personal because you are not a person. You are not personal. Do you understand? You are supreme essence and consciousness beyond all identity, beyond all time, beyond all human persona. And that is what you're actually sharing with the people that come to you. As a healer, you're a conduit. You are an open valve, right? You are the housing component, electrical component most of the time because it's charged energy coming through or moving out as you're healing. But you're a conduit, and of that essence moving through. And so it is not personal. And the marketing is not trying to sell you. It's not trying to, you know what I'm saying? It can never do that. It's just an opportunity for a soul to meet a soul and for essence to connect. And that combustion, that energetic interaction, that chemical reaction, that culmination of two souls that is engaging. It is relational in that moment and beautiful and profound. And as much as you can be present in that wholeheartedly from essence perspective, powerful things happen. Lives are changed. I mean, you can't even go, it's a holy moment, right? This is what you are bringing when you bring your true essence to anything. This is why people fall in love. This is the essence of you, which is love, right? Which is why people feel connected, why they're like, I love that person. It's the energy, it's the soul connection. This is what's really present when I think of my sessions, when I think of someone coming in here. It's our energies connecting. It's just a time and a designated place for that to happen. Marketing, remember, This is just a utility of our human functioning that is wonderful, that has relevance, right? Just like I said, when you make peace in that step 2 with the fact that you're grateful for other people's marketing or advertisements that brought you services you genuinely enjoy and use as a utility, then your marketing can be that as well, a utility. Again, it's not personal, it's not you. Even if it is selling the brand of you or the skin of you or the name or the title that people may put around you or try to describe as a keyword of what exactly you do, that's fine. That's fine. And you can even be playful with it and have fun and do little videos around it. And it's all the play of life. And this is wonderful, right? It is not a selling off of the soul. Do you understand what I'm saying? Your soul is your soul, and it's completely independent. It is timeless and way beyond the shell or the name or the title that feels personal. Okay, that's my third piece of advice, is meditate onto that. Not to confuse identity with your essence, right? Identity or persona, those are fun. They're playful, and nowadays we change them all the time. I think it's a beautiful looseness that keeps us unattached, and by unattached, I mean free. It keeps us free, unbound, because you are boundless as spirit, as consciousness and essence. I can get into that. And I think I'm looking at your question. I think honestly, you're not a sellout. You're a sell in. I think there's something beautiful of saying, this is something that feels true to me. This is something I want to share. Be sincere, be genuine. That doesn't, and then you release it. Right? And you will change, you will grow, you will mature. I look back at old videos of myself and I'm like, wow. And I've even had clients come and say, man, I've been following you for years. I've watched your old videos. Like, you've come a long way. I'm like, yeah, hopefully we're all evolving and maturing and growing. I would hope that my life mimics that, right? No one is perfect in this journey. So you don't have to get it perfect. There's no pressure with that. And if at any point you feel like you're being insincere, do it again, right? What is that saying? Do better until you know better, and when you know better, do better. Something like that. I probably just chopped it to pieces, but there are always people, I will say as a side note, that may be grumpy and may get offended and may have something to say. And I've had those people too about my marketing. I can't believe you said this and you said this. Those things are true. Those awards are true, or whatever. It's just marketing. Like, it's not my essence. When you get in this session and they get in that session with you, are you going to show up 100% and let that healing channel through? That's where you need to worry. The marketing is the marketing. It has a very intelligent relevance for the business side of things and our financial support, and that's beautiful. And I'm grateful for that. But there's no, how you show up in your life and how you show up for the person that's in front of you wanting to be healed, that's what counts. And that has nothing to do with the shell around the title of that session or the marketing for that session or the advertising, right? That's just the conduit for which spirit can invite people in. And that's beauty. And that is something we appreciate and that and are grateful for when we need to be led in that direction and we're looking for someone to help. We're grateful that someone's holding that sign saying, this is what I do and I can help. And we say, thank you. That spirit brought me exactly here. Talking about that, the way that divine timing works, and when you're in that flow, and spirit will bring people to you in that perfect way. You don't have to be afraid of the marketing. It's a beautiful, very relevant, and intelligent way. People are great at it. Some people are, brilliant at it. It's what they studied. They know how to do it. They study the market and they study all the, I don't do it. I don't know all about it, but I appreciate those that do and that work with me and have educated me on how to do certain things, and I've used them and the utility of them. So make peace with that. And then if there are people that judge and are grumpy, make peace with that too. All right. There's always people that can pick apart things if they're in a pick apart mood. We can do the same thing. I can get grumpy about something and be like, meh, 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 meh. Yeah, it happens. It's all good, mama. It all comes back to just showing up wholeheartedly in that moment as your pure essence in your session. That will bring you absolute peace in the fact that beyond the shadow of a doubt that you brought all that you could bring, or you opened up and you let everything that could possibly flow through you from the divine essence of light and love and peace and purity. And when that channels through, you're not thinking about marketing. You're not thinking about anything. You're not even in the thought. You're not even in the brain. And all is well. I hope that was beneficial to you. We'll be back here next week with another video, you guys. Blessings.